we have to get started in Jackson. Game of the year contender, Red Bank Catholic at Jackson Memorial. Crowd out in full force. The Jaguars are feeling something special. 13-13 game at the half. RBC comes out with a purpose in the third quarter. Mike Cordova, the 30-yard run. The Caseys are marching, and the drive is capped off when Eddie Hahn finds the end zone on the 5-yard keeper. RBC with a 20-13 lead. But on the ensuing kickoff, the Jaguars have an answer in the form of Matt Castronova. He's going to give his team great field position. The return all the way down to the 22-yard line. It would lead to this. Vincent Lee, 3 yards out. We're tied up at 20 midway through the third. And the Jackson Memorial defense is the real underrated hero in this football game. They made big plays when they had to. This is Brad Greenway with the stop, forcing RBC to punt. And then check out Mike Gowlick. He is off to the races. 48-yard touchdown run. It's 27-20. Jaguars by 7 late in the third. We move to the fourth quarter now. This RBC team has shown poise all season long, and Eddie Hahn delivers a beautiful ball to Trevor Cowley down to the 5-yard line. Early fourth quarter, we're just 55 seconds in. Mike Cordova ties it up at 27. And then it became a battle of will between the defenses. The RBC defense would get a big stop. The Caseys have a chance at a game-winning drive. 3rd and 6, Hahn to Trevor Cowley, move the chains. The Caseys are on the move. But on 3rd and 13, 2:49 to go, Hahn scrambles. He can't get the first down. So now Jackson's going to get the ball with just under 3 minutes to go, a chance to win the football game. And it's time for Joe DeMayo to go to work. Here he finds Matt Castronova. There's under a minute to go, and the Jaguars are driving. But the RBC defense comes through. It's an interception here by Mike Cordova. We are going to overtime, tied at 27 apiece. Remember, each team gets the ball. Jim Portella's team will get the ball first on offense. 4th and 5, Eddie Hahn will go to the air. His pass is broken up by Kyle Johnson. So now Jackson gets the ball. A field goal or a touchdown will win it. And the give is to Mike Gowlick, and the super sophomore shocks the Garden State. No one saw this coming. My, oh my. 33-27. You see the scene in the end zone. This was one whale of a football game. After RBC beat Manalapan so handily, everyone assumed it was a foregone conclusion that the Caseys would roll past Jackson Memorial and get ready for the postseason. But the Jaguars had something else in mind. That's to say the least. Gowlick with the game winner in overtime, and a remarkable streak has come to an end. 40 straight short conference wins for RBC. It falls on Friday night in Jackson, New Jersey. Jackson Memorial is heading to the postseason with confidence. And after the game, Alex Lorenzo talked to Mike Gowlick about the game-winning gallop.
Running behind the line, open up the hole for me like they've been doing all game. Me and Vinny ran right through it, like we executed it, and ran right through.
In Rumson, RFH and Brian Baster ready for the playoffs. They looked awfully tough against Holmdel. It was 21-0 at the half. Third quarter, here's Matt Vecchiarelli. See you later. 52-yard run for Vecchiarelli. Rumson-Fair has a 21-0 lead. Now, Holmdel was able to drive it with a big run. They were on the 5-yard line, but the RFH defense buckles down. Nice stop there on 4th down by Mike Ruane to break up the pass. And I'll tell you, Rumson-Fair might have the most 80-plus yard runs in the state, Lucas Seckler, with an 85-yard touchdown run. Last week, we showed a Mike O'Connor 90-yard run. Charlie Volker has had some big, long runs, and it is a dominating effort for Rumson-Fair. 41-6 is your final. Charlie Volker has kind of been up and down injury-wise. We didn't see him in this football game, and certainly Rumson-Fair didn't need him. The Bulldogs, if they have a healthy Charlie Volker, could be right back in the mix for another state title. Rumson will be home next week for the playoffs. Remember, as soon as we get the matchups for next week, we will post them on shoresportszone.com. RFH 41-6 winners over Holmdel. Meanwhile, in Little Silver, Red Bank Regional hosting Manchester, scoreless game at the half, but the second half was all Bucks. The defense played solid all night long. They create the turnover right here. It gets the ball back to Jack Nowitzki in good field position from the 25-yard line. Nowitzki showing the wheels off. That is a great elusive touchdown run for Jack Nowitzki. It's his second of the game. It's now 21-0 Red Bank Regional. And then the Bucks go to the end around, and Sadiq Palmer shows off the afterburners. One of the best wide receivers in the Shore Conference. He is a dangerous weapon. That made it 28-0. But I want to give some props to this Manchester team. They're 0-7 heading into this matchup. They're down 28-0, and here they are, still fighting and still competing. That was Jerry Blackburn to Robert Planner. And then in the closing seconds, Jasir Cooper, only a sophomore, finds the end zone. And that's a good way for Manchester to wrap up the regular season. They find the end zone. 28-7 is your final. RBR is going to need some help to find their way into the postseason, but Nick Giglio has to be awfully excited about the future of this program. Whether they get into the playoffs or not, there is no question about it. Red Bank Regional, a much improved football team. They double their win total. Sadiq Palmer will be back next year. This is going to be a dangerous team down the road. We talked to Sadiq Palmer about the change in culture at Red Bank Regional.
We started playing as a family more, and we just wanted more. So that's why we got it.
What do you think is the difference between this year and last year?
Hard work. Nobody's selfish. We play as a family.